Hello and welcome to another edition of Word in the Burg. I'm Mayor Eric Pappenfuss, and today we are talking about everyone's favorite end of summer festival, the sparkling waters of the Susquehanna and Kipona. Last year was the 100th anniversary of Kipona, and it was amazing. And this year, there's so many new things. It's going to be an incredible new century. I am joined by some very distinguished guests here with me. I first have Maureen Zimmerman, who is the CARES Account Coordinator at Pinnacle Health. Good to see you again, Maureen.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for coming. Scott Elliott, who is the Director of Communications at pHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Thank you. And
Megan Strasbaugh, who is the Director of Marketing at the Humane Society of Harrisburg area. So thank you, for coming. Megan, we're going to start with you. Now, sure. Kipona is this year going to be on September 2nd through the 4th. It'll be a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday event. On the Saturday and Sunday, it will run from 11 a.m. in the morning until 8 p.m. And on Monday, it will run from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So a 3-day festival event. Fireworks this year, fireworks are going to be on Sunday, the middle day of the festival, and they will be at dusk at about 8:15. And as you may have known from the 4th of July, we have the best firework display anywhere in all of central Pennsylvania, and we're going to do it again this year. There are no Senators games this year, which means that we'll probably be a little less crowded and it'll be easier to park on City Island. So City Island parking on any of those days is going to be only $4 for all-day parking. It's safe and secure and a great place to park to enjoy Kipona. In addition, on Sunday and Monday, metered parking in the city is free. The only day is Saturday in which metered parking isn't free, but if you use the mobile app Park Mobile, we have a built-in coupon for 4 hours of free parking that you could use on that Saturday, September 2nd, for visiting Kipona. Again, if you download the Park Mobile app, it's very easy. You'll go to Park, you'll type in you'll actually just press on the LUV-HBG 4 hours free code, and it's as simple as that. There are also parking specials going on in the parking garages, including the Market Street Garage, where you can park all day covered and secure there if you wish for $10. Lots of easy ways to get downtown. But we are expecting amazing crowds, and I am very excited to be able to start talking about some of the new things that we have planned for Kipona this year. And perhaps my favorite new thing is called the Doggy Rest Stop. And Megan, I understand this is an initiative here by the Humane Society. Tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. Part of the Doggy Rest Stop will be a nice covered, tented area for pets and people to come and take a moment to relax and rehydrate from the hot summer sun. And we'll have obviously water for both people and pets, doggy bowls for everyone to be able to get some relaxation from the hot summer sun. We're also going to have some themed days throughout Kipona. So on Saturday, we're going to offer a low-cost vaccine clinic. Sunday, we're going to feature some of our adoptable animals and hopefully find some forever homes for them. And then on Monday, we're going to end the event with some of our behavioral staff coming out, giving some seminars, helping pet owners with some of the nuances that come along with owning a pet and some of the difficulties, you know, crate training, walking, some other topics that they'll just be willing to answer and help out any pet owners that are have some questions for them. So that's what we have going on at the Doggy Rest Stop.
That's really wonderful. And they're going to be vendors that cater specifically to pets, right?
Yeah, I do believe, and we'll be there with our retail items. They're all low cost and make it affordable for pet owners to meet all the needs of their animals. So there's going to be, you know, vendors, and we'll be there with some of our retail stuff as well.
That sounds fantastic. Now, I think the Harrisburg and the park system generally is a wonderfully pet-friendly city, and Kipona is an opportunity to visit with your pet, and just like the adults have the CRW-sponsored water sort of conservation carnival and events and activities, and the misting tent. Well, it's important for pets to be able to refresh themselves over the course of a hot, wonderful Kipona. Why is it important for the Humane Society to be a part of an event like Kipona?
Absolutely. We service all of Dauphin, Cumberland, and Perry counties, as well as a small portion of northern York County. And as we know, Kipona is a huge event that draws in so many people from central Pennsylvania, and probably even further than that. So it's a great way for us to get out into the community and meet some of our community members, connect with them, and that's where all of our support comes from. So it's also a great way for us to get into the city of Harrisburg, where our state capital is, and we receive so much support from the city. They're huge supporters of animal welfare as well as our organization. So it's just a really great opportunity for us to connect with the people that we service.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, we are thrilled to be inaugurating the Doggy Rest Stop at the heart of Kipona this year, and we really appreciate your partnership with the city.
Thank you very much.
So, Scott, I'm going to turn to you, and we're going to once again thank pHFA for your commitment to our festivals. Now, you sponsored the fireworks for the 4th of July. They were amazing. You're doing that again this year. For Kipona, can you take a moment and talk again about why it's important for pHFA to take this active role in supporting a festival like this?
Absolutely. The Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has been a part of the city for the last 45 years, and we consider ourselves a neighbor in the city. And we want to be a good neighbor, and so we think this is a great way to give back. Plus, the city of Harrisburg is having a renaissance. It's really coming around. And we think participating in this event is a way for us to help provide more positive energy to grow Harrisburg and grow this event. So we're really pleased to be a part of it.
That's wonderful. And as we saw for the 4th of July, over 1,000 shells and a 20-minute extravaganza. It really was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
And not a bad place to see it. Did you watch it from the roof deck of pHFA, or
I live in Fairview Township in northern York County, and I could see some of the higher fireworks from my house. So it was great.
Oh, I know. A lot of people watch it from the West Shore. We had a whole crowd on the 4th of July, watch it from Reservoir Park, the high point in the city, which was great. Never a bad place to see the fireworks.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I can't have Megan break all the new news, so I'm going to tell you about something else and gauge your reaction of a new event for this year's Kipona.
Okay.
And that is, we are having our first ever Kipona zip line. Have you ever been zip lining?
I have not. I've always wanted to try that.
Oh, well, now's your chance.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the zip line is Sunday only. So just remember that, everyone, the same day as the fireworks. And it will be from the beginning of the festival there at 11 a.m. all the way until 8 p.m. And people can go to State Street in between Front and 2nd Street and line up, and they think they can just continually zip people along this very, very long. We're looking at, I think it's 200 feet of zip lining, which will be an amazing experience. And imagine the backdrop, right? Zip lining to the river with the Capitol. I think it's going to be fun. We're hoping it'll be a new annual tradition for the city, and I think it'll be fun for all ages and everyone, safe and exciting. So how about that for a new innovative tradition?
Well, I think what's great is that you folks come up with something new every year, at least one or two things, and I think it's a great addition.
Oh,
absolutely.
And that's not all, as they say. Maureen, before we talk about some other new things, let's talk about Pinnacle Health, because they also have been wonderful partners to the city. Like pHFA, you're engaged in a new building project downtown going upward, and the cranes are in the air. We're very excited about that. Tell us a little bit about Pinnacle and why it's important to be supporting Kipona.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to be a sponsor again this year. Pinnacle Health and Kipona both have a really strong history of community involvement, and Pinnacle Health has been an anchor in the city of Harrisburg for about 140 years. So it just seems like it makes sense for us to be out and about in the community with the ultimate goal of improving people's health and just improving their quality of life. So Pinnacle Health in Kipona is one thing. We do a lot of other things with the city of Harrisburg and the community residents that might be lesser known. And just two of the programs that I can think of are, we have a school screening program, and then we also have a home visit program. And the school screening program works where our staff goes out to the school nurses of both the Harrisburg and Newport school districts. We work with the school nurses to kind of take away some of their burdens during the state mandated screening and enable them to have a little bit more time to interact with the students themselves in their job. The benefit to it, it's an unforeseen benefit, is that we're really initiating and fostering these trusting relationships with the students, which are going to have a long-term effect, later down the road when they're in charge of their own health care. Our home visit program, it's an extension almost of the hospital stay, if you will. So in an effort to reduce readmissions to the hospital, we send almost like a care team out to homes, depending on the patient's medical condition, whether it be a physician, a nurse, a medical assistant, or a social worker. And it's really twofold purpose, is to make sure that the care and the recovery is going properly, and then it's to answer any questions that they might have in just the care itself. So we love to partner with the community. We want to be there, as much as we can for them. And Kipona is it's like a big block party. It's a fun way to get involved. It's
wonderful, and we so appreciate all that you do in Harrisburg and the region. And it is a fun way to get involved. We also we are working on a variety of healthy initiatives in the city, and we're trying to spread that to Kipona. And one of the things that we're doing is we are trying to raise funds for the battle against breast cancer. And here is an exciting new thing that is happening this year. It's sort of an old thing coming back, which is that we are going to have a rubber duck race down the Susquehanna River with all the proceeds going to benefit making strides against breast cancer. So how does that sound, Maureen? Pretty exciting?
I love it. It sounds, it's going to be a colorful day on the river towards good health, so it's a win-win.
It's going to be a long race, too. I think it will end at the Walnut Street Bridge, and it will start ways up the river. You can purchase ducks all during Kipona. You don't have to purchase them in advance. You can just come and select your duck. It'll have a special number on it, so you'll be able to root for it as it floats down the river. And I assume you've seen all the painted rubber ducks in the downtown that extend around the hospital and all through the Downtown Improvement District.
I've seen many of them. I think they're terrific. I love the dinosaurs as well, but the ducks, it's just constantly changing, and it's fun to be downtown.
We have to change it up every year. So this is the year of the ducks, and in honor of that, there will be duck racing, which is actually a long-standing Kipona tradition. They did that for many years, and we're sort of bringing that back. So that's exciting.
Is there a prize for the winner, or is it just bragging
rights?
There is
a cash prize for the winner, and so that's exciting. And then the winner could choose to donate it or keep it or do whatever they want. But I think it'll be very exciting. So imagine thousands of ducks going down the sparkling waters. And that's not all that's new, as they say. Those are some of the interesting things. But one of my favorite things, now I'm going to go around and ask you your favorite things about Kipona, but one of my favorite things last year was the wire walkers that we had, which was a sort of new and exciting thing, walking out over the water. They will be back this year, but they are also going to do an official Guinness Book of World Records challenge, already certified by the folks at Guinness for the longest wire walk wearing high-heeled shoes. Wow. Yes, that is correct. And just so we're clear, that is going to be a mainstay also on Sunday at 6 o'clock. So you can ride the zip line Sunday morning, you can go see the Guinness World Record walk, and then stay for the fireworks. So that sounds like a lot of fun. But Maureen, do you have a favorite thing to do at Kipona? We've talked about all these new things, but maybe a favorite traditional thing?
Yeah, I really enjoy seeing all the artists and just walking around to the vendors and seeing all the new and different ways that people use their artistic talents. And then my second favorite has to be seeing all the animals that people bring, their dogs. I mean, as an animal lover, how can I not? But meeting all the new animals.
And you can tell a lot about a person's personality from their pet, right? Yes,
yep, absolutely.
Yes. Will you be bringing an animal to Kipona?
I might be working.
You'll be working.
But if I get some time, then yeah, definitely bring my dogs down.
Okay. Well, of course, we're going to have the Artist Village. That'll be back this year. You can buy crafts and pottery and things. And then on City Island, all 3 days will be the powwow. And the powwow also has a lot of Native American goods and traditional crafts for sale. So those are some of my favorite aspects of Kipona too. But really, Kipona, you've got it all. Scott, favorite Kipona thing to do?
It's hard to pick a favorite. Actually, the thing I like the best about Kipona, and it's something you don't even promote, it's people watching. There are people of all different types at this event, plus the animals. It's just a great place to people watch. Now, funnel cakes would come in close second, I think. And I don't have children, but if you have children, I think Kipona is the perfect place to take them because there are activities every day. Most of it's free, if not all of it, I believe, right, Mayor?
It is. It's all free.
And you know when you take your kids home at 8:30 at night, they're going to fall right asleep from all those activities. So it's a win-win.
Okay, yes.
Unless they had too much sugar.
Funnel cake. We were actually, we got to sleep after the fire. After a long day, I think they will be ready to be sound asleep. But so let's talk a little bit about the Children's Festival this year at Kipona, which is a favorite. We have Gamut Theater coming back, and the Popcorn Hat Players, and that is always wonderful, and they will be performing really all 3 days. Aesop's Fables, it looks like. We also have a magician on the kids stage doing magic tricks at various times. That'll be exciting. And here's something that I think is really sort of cool for slightly older, we'll call them the tweens and the teens. We are going to have an improv troupe basically geared towards improv for teenagers. So I think that might be really fun. Fun for all ages, for younger siblings and parents to come and check it out. In addition, of course, we have the traditional, we have the bounce house and the face painting and the caricatures and the balloons and the carnival games. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time for kids. Okay, Maureen, do you have a favorite aspect of Kipona or something that you particularly like to do?
I like all aspects of the people having fun, active, whether it's dancing to the music, doing little people watching, just leisurely activity, and then rewarding yourself with all of the food that they have there. It's a great day to enjoy a little bit of everything.
Well, that sounds great. So dancing is certainly encouraged. And this year, we will have 2 main music stage. And this is an incredible fact, which is that I believe we are going to have 30 different bands, which is really incredible. Imagine that, 30 bands over the course on 2 different curated stages. So we'll have one down near Kunkel Plaza and one a little further down near, closer to Market Street, those 2 main stages. We'll also have, whereas at the 4th of July there was just one main stage, but we'll also have a acoustic stage as well. So there is music for every taste imaginable. And you also mentioned the food, which is also fairly amazing. We already have 32 different food vendors. They will all be aligned in Riverfront Park, and then there will also be some, we have our regular City Island vendors, and there'll be vendors back by the powwow, so there'll be all sorts of exciting things going on over the course of the day, and you can really get a little bit of anything. What is your favorite snack to get?
My favorite snack to smell is the funnel cake, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I usually just go for a hot dog.
You don't stop at the funnel cake. I am on the record as going for kettle corn as being just something. It has to be fresh. You've got to get it fresh. And I will admit, on the 4th of July after the fireworks, I was waiting in line as one of the last people as the darkness had descended to be getting the final kettle corn for the festival. So those are exciting. Now, in addition to all that, some other favorites are returning for next year. Let's see, we've got the beer garden is back. We have the Midtown Cinema screening tent where you can go and relax and watch things. We have the Festival of India back, and that'll be back on City Island this year. Have you all been to the Festival of India? Incredible. Incredible tracks, hundreds, if not 1,000 people from all over. A joyous celebration with free food, some of the best food anywhere, and a lot of fun. The powwow we already discussed, but come learn about the Native American history and heritage of central Pennsylvania, which is amazing. And canoe races, of course, because the whole history of Kipona was basically to celebrate the river and life on the river. So you've got to have some boat racing, and people will be out and about. And I think those are all some of the main things. There'll also be sports, as there have been in past years. I believe we're going to have street soccer again this year, and all sorts of other exciting activities.
May I ask, yes. Where's Kunkel Plaza? So I can find that music venue.
So Kunkel Plaza is basically at the intersection of State and Front. It is where the gentleman is reading the newspaper, the statue on the bench. And it was endowed by the Kunkel family. Okay. And it's a very nice place to sort of to have a stage, and there's a little bit of amphitheater feel there, so it's a good spot. And the other stage will be where it was for the 4th of July. So, all right. Well, as a final wrap up, let's just talk a little bit more about your various organizations. So, Humane Society, we've already mentioned. Let me push the adoption point. So, are we really going to be able to adopt pets or learn about pets to adopt at the?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have many of our adoptable dogs. A lot of times, the cats aren't necessarily fond of the environment of a lot of people and outside. So we'll have photos of our cats and any other furry critters that are available. The adoption can't happen on the spot, but we're not too far down the road where it can happen at the shelter.
But you can fall in love at the festival and then formalize it afterwards.
Exactly, yep. Formalize the details at the shelter later.
Yeah. Now, last year we had a puppy kissing booth, so you might have to just think about that. That was a good fundraiser. Wonderful. Okay, and again, any exciting new plans for PHFA? We talked about the building project. We just stood with you all to announce the Mulder Square project, which is a very exciting partnership with the Housing Authority to build affordable homes in the Mulberry-Dairy Street corridor. Any other things you'd like to highlight?
Well, with the new building, what I wanted to share was that it's really going to be a pioneering structure. This building is going to have a curtain window that it will change different opacity during the day from light to dark to let more light in or not. And it's going to be both passive house and using LEED energy efficiency standards. One of the first in the country to do that. And so we're really proud of that. And if I can share too, some people don't know what the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency does. And our the second part of word in our name is housing. So if people are looking for either rental or housing to purchase, they really should check out PHFA first at phfa.org. We have tons of great resources, and really, some people think, well, that's only for people on certain incomes. They really should check us out first because they may qualify for some of our programs.
Yeah, and one of the things I just want to commend you as well, the new design for the addition incorporates the streetscape and the existing neighborhood in a way that was sort of bent over backwards to work with the community, and is going to be a great example of infill construction. So we're excited about that.
And plus it preserves the Hickok building.
Yes, exactly, which is, of course, the mansion there on Front Street, which is going to make a really exciting sort of transitional entrance to a modern structure behind it.
Absolutely.
We're
very proud of it.
And Pinnacle, I wanted to thank Pinnacle as well. I think one of the nicest new additions to the city over the past 6 months or so has been the beautiful new welcome sign to Harrisburg. I think it's helped set the tone as people enter the city, know that something is new and exciting. That was all an initiative sponsored by Pinnacle Health, and I think it's currently probably advertising Kipona, which it should, in addition to other things. So thanks for that. Other interesting initiatives on the horizon for Pinnacle Health?
Oh, well, there's so much going on right now. I'm not sure. We're growing up, like you had mentioned before, with our expansion project. Our footprint is getting larger with the addition of the 4 hospitals in surrounding counties. So it's a lot. We're still chewing and digesting that, and I'm sure there's other things on the horizon as well. Always.
Well, that's great. Well, Pinnacle Health and pHFA are our gold sponsors. I also want to thank our title sponsor, which is the Hershey-Harrisburg Regional Visitors Bureau, and they are responsible for helping fund what is a very robust advertising campaign. You're not going to be able to not hear about Kipona this year. We are expecting over 50,000 people, maybe 55, 60,000 people to come to Kipona. For comparison's sake, we had about 25,000 for the 4th of July. This is going to be bigger, and it's multiple days, and it's more than just the riverfront. It's also going to extend to City Island. So the crowd should be wonderful. Again, since there are no senators, I'd encourage everyone to take advantage of the $4 parking on City Island. That's a great way to just park and relax and to be able to walk back after the event.
It's a nice walk over the river.
Yeah, it is, of course, right. And if you're on the Walnut Street Bridge, you'll be able to see the wire walkers come to you, and the ducks float to you, and all and a lot of people watch the fireworks from the bridge. Frankly, that's a great spot. Yeah. Remember, the fireworks are Sunday night at dusk when everything is done, probably about 8:15. It really sort of depends a little bit on the weather. That'll be great. And we are going to inaugurate the plunger again this year. So if you'd like to see me hit the dynamite plunger to start the fireworks display, you have to come down to the main stage there near Market Street. I also wanted to thank our other sponsors. Capital Region Water is a bronze sponsor. They're doing the carnival and all the educational outreach that they do, helping let people know about the environment, the wonderful water system that we have. That's a fun thing. I'm looking forward to the misting tent. Belco Community Credit Union has always been there for us, and they are once again supporting things. And Deloitte, another which recently moved its local headquarters into downtown Harrisburg, has already had a great impact, and they're constantly involved in service projects in the city, so they're doing great work. And then we have community sponsors, the Downtown Improvement District and Green Mountain Energy. So we are set for an amazing 101st Kipona this year. Again, I want to thank all of my guests. Was that not exciting enough? New things to do, old standards. You can come for 1 day or 3 days. It's going to be easy to park. You're going to have a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to seeing you on the riverfront of Harrisburg in front of the beautiful sparkling waters of the Susquehanna, September 2nd through September 4th, 2017. Come on out to Kipona, and thanks for watching Word in the Burg.